This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Want to create a lifetime of memories this spring? Do you remember the joy of jumping as a child? If only there was a way your own kids could experience that same joy safely. Spring Free Trampoline has been engineered to eliminate 90% of product-related injuries. The Spring Free design boasts no springs and a flexible enclosure and proudly offers a 10-year warranty. That's peace of mind. Lock in your ultimate backyard safe space before summer arrives. Visit springfreetrampoline.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's a restaurant in Manhattan called Serendipity 3, and they just set a ridiculous new record by adding a $200 side of fries to their menu.
All right. $200.
$200.
Is it like a lifetime supply?
Right?
Otherwise, $200 seems a little steep.
Well, apparently, I guess yesterday was National French Fry Day, and Guinness announced the record yesterday. So they did it definitely for this, that day. They were like, okay. And of course, we talked about what our favorite fries were too, but not $200 fries. We didn't talk about that.
No, man, my fries are, I don't know, what does it cost to get a bag of fries at Dick's? It's like $1 something. Yeah, that's
not much. Yeah,
no, It's not $200, but it's priceless.
So $200. Let's see what we get for $200. I guess the fries themselves aren't that expensive, but it's what they put on them. So they have these chipperbeck potatoes, goose fat from France.
Ooh la la.
Shaved truffles.
I thought that was an Urban Dictionary thing.
Yeah, don't look that up.
Yeah, you don't want to look at a shaved truffle. 2 types of truffle cheese. Then you get the truffle salt. You got some oil. You got some butter. This is all on these $200 fries.
I hear truffles is kind of expensive.
Oh, yeah.
That $200. I've had truffle oil on mac and cheese once. I think it was at it was a place where we got married up in Woodinville. And it was really good, but it was way overpriced.
Yeah. How about 2 types of champagne to make that worth $200 for those fries?
Oh, unless you're going to put the fries in gold, I'm not going to.
Well, it's funny you bring that. A sprinkling of 23-karat edible gold dust also comes on the fries.
Oh, there you go. They got you, Steve. Now you got to buy them.
Yeah. Boy, I wish I would have waited until you finished giving the ingredients before I said something as stupid as that.
There you
I
go,
want
buddy.
24-karat gold. That's what I meant, guys.
That's what it is. Yeah. Get your $200 out, Steve.
Edible gold dust?
Yeah. They also come with a Mornay cheese sauce for dipping.
Mornay?
Wow.
What the hell is Mornay? I am so uncultured, man.
It's Rebecca De Mornay's cheese sauce. Isn't that what? No.
Cheese sauce.
Cheese sauce.
It's like a bechamel sauce.
A what?
Oh, bechamel's good.
It's like it's a different type of cheese sauce.
Is that that kind of little waxy ball? Or is that Boboli?
No, I think that's Baby Bell.
Baby Bell.
Boboli. Or Baby Bell.
Boboli is that pizza?
Yeah. You know what you're doing. You're a connoisseur of fine food, sir.
I'm very uncultured.
Yeah.
I'm going to just stick with my Dick's fries.
I would like to try this, but not for $200. I would like to have a very rich friend take me to lunch at this place, Serendipity 3 in Manhattan, and I would love to try it because it does sound amazing. But, I mean, not for $200.
Wait, well, I'm looking at some of the... Oh, okay, Dick's... what is it? How much for fries?
$2.20.
Oh, yeah, that's way more worth it. But I was wondering, could we pull up the menu of this Serendipity place? Like, is that... You know what I mean?
I feel like that's probably the cheapest thing on the menu.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, I doubt it's the cheapest thing, but I got a feeling that this place is going to have like $40 burgers or something along those lines. You know, like where it's just...
If they have $200 fries, then they better have more expensive burgers, right? Or is maybe they just did it to get the record?
I think they did to get the record.
This is the kind of place that doesn't put prices on their menu.
Yeah, nothing at all.
Yeah, those are the type of places I don't go to.
No, because they have a chili cheese dog, cheese sauce, Colby cheese, chopped onion, Tex-Mex chili. Like, that doesn't sound like it should be more than $10.
Yeah, I'm looking at the kids menu for the stuff I'm going to buy on this.
The kids menu.
But there's no price on anything, is there, Red?
No.
Let's go to Yelp. Maybe Yelp has like information about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You would think they would have some kind of info. Or like, at least like a review, but you're right. Yeah, there's no prices on this stuff.
Prices, any of that. You know what you're getting into then. You're getting into big money.
This is also the thing so they have a whole section on their menu called Guinness World Records.
Oh, okay, so that's their thing.
Yeah, so I feel like they're just doing the expensive stuff just to break the world records. I think that their other stuff might be not that bad.
I think I found their menu.
Okay, what do we got for prices? Because they don't list them.
It's nothing awful. It's a lot of like $20 things and $30 things.
Oh, okay.
Chicken and waffles, unless it's a different Serendipity 3. Like they have a salmon meal that's $30. And their burgers are $20.
So why don't they have their prices on their menu? Those aren't overly crazy.
I don't know.
They're hip, BJ.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah. If you don't put prices, you're hip.
Yeah, it's like when it says market price. I'm like, man, what is this? Someone playing the stock market? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Outside of my market price.
What's AMC at? That's going to be the market price.
Right? Are we on the short squeeze or are we going back down?
Yeah.
I always shy away from that because I'm willing to pay for a decent meal, but like I don't like not knowing. Like I don't want to like get that sticker shock. Like, oh man, that surf and turf was not worth the $70. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, plus you just don't know when they say market price, you just don't know. And then all of a sudden, what if it's crazy? What if it's like 500? I mean, yeah, there are places where I don't like it. I get scared too. It's like I'd like to know what the price is, please.
Yeah, I'm looking at their Guinness World Record ingredient menu, and there's one called the quintessential grilled cheese sandwich. It doesn't say anything about it, and it doesn't have a price, but I Googled it, and when you look at it, it's $214.
Oh,
so
what's
the most
on
expensive
that?
grilled cheese.
What is? Yeah, Vicky, do you have what's on that? They say it's a grilled cheese on steroids, but
It looks like there's, there is. It starts with plush French bread that has Dom Perignon champagne and 23 karat gold baked throughout.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. That 23 karat gold. That's what's inflating the price.
how much is that costing them? Like, I mean, really, like a little sprinkle of the gold dust on it. Like, what is that? Like maybe a few bucks?
Yeah, the markup must be insane.
Here's the thing, though. The sandwich is then stuffed with Cavallo Podalico, a rare cheese imported from southern Italy that tastes like a mix between Manchego and Parmesan. I'm like, just give me the Manchego and Parmesan at this point. And only 25,000 cows produce the specific type of milk found in the cheese. And they only lactate for 2 months out of the year, so it's very, very rare.
Okay, then that's the deal.
Steve, I did find the one menu item that you would go for. The foot-long hot dog, Haute, or hot.
Hot.
Yeah.
Hot.
It's garnished with white truffle oil, medallions of duck foie gras. I don't know what that is. Foie gras.
We are a cultured morning show.
Yes, we
And
are.
heirloom tomato ketchup, and it only runs you $69.
Yeah,
nice.
$69 for a hot dog.
Is it a foot long?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's worth it.
Yeah, so their wieners are $69, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least they have a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Who runs this restaurant? Elon Musk?
Yeah.
I have a weird question.
Man, I want to go there.
So if you eat like gold dust, does that make your poop like more valuable? Or does it make it gold?
Boy, it's nice to know Steve's not the only one asking stupid questions on that show.
That's not a stupid question.
I mean, really though, like could you save your...
I don't think that's going to really work out that way.
Okay.
I don't think you could like all of a sudden put it on the market. But I would wonder if maybe like it would have gold dust on the actual Tootsie Rolls.
Well,
glittery?
Googling that, it says, yes, it will simply pass through you, and yes, at some point you will poop gold.
Oh,
Ah, look at that. The golden egg. You'll be like the goose.
nice.
There you go.
Is it nice?
No, it's not. It's not really nice at all. Lovely situation. Well, it's called Serendipity 3 in Manhattan. Go check it out, people.
Make my reservation for it right now.
Go there right now.
Again, sticking with dicks.
Yeah. So when it comes to music streaming services, how about this? You know, you'd say, okay, which music streaming service pays the best royalties for the artists. And you'd be like, oh, okay, let me take a look at some of the big ones. You'll be surprised at which one actually does, and you don't even consider it a music streaming service at all. You would never get this in 100 years. Pornhub. Yeah, that's it. He got it. I can't believe it. I said a million years, but you know what? No, not Pornhub. We think about Spotify. We think about Apple Music. And of course, there's YouTube Music. But what we don't think about is Peloton, the exercise bike people.
Well, I don't have one, so I don't even know what's going on. I know it's like a subscription-based exercise service. But, BJ, you have a Peloton.
There's one in my home. I don't ever use it.
Okay, that answers the next question I was about to have. Have you used it yet?
Yeah, but I hear Sarah using it downstairs all the time. And yeah, they have songs. They're playing songs, just like if you're at a spin class or whatever class you would be at a gym, they play music while, the person motivates you. That's what Peloton's all about.
Do you get to pick the music? Like, can you pick like a playlist?
We should get an expert in here. Let me get Sarah in here.
I mean,
Sarah, get on in here, Sarah. We'll get an expert in here and find out exactly what's going on with this Peloton.
Yeah, because I mean, if you could hey, I want a rock playlist, I want this, or can you even just say, look, I want to listen to Metallica, and we'll just play the Metallica songs that you want.
Yeah, do you get to pick the music that you want while you're taking the Peloton class, Sarah?
No, but they do. If you do like a song that they play, then you can love it, and then it will automatically get downloaded to your phone.
Got you.
Yeah, so J-Rubs has like a whole Peloton playlist that's just like songs he hears in class that he can love.
So wait, if he puts it onto his phone, then is it like a streaming service, or does it put it on like a different streaming service?
I think it's just on his phone now.
So he has a Peloton app, and he can just listen to the music.
It's got to be.
He has the Peloton app, so that's probably what it goes.
It's got to be there. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that would make sense as to then how they become a streaming service. Then why they have to pay royalties if they're downloading stuff to your phone.
So they pay bands the most.
They pay bands the most. Yeah, it's crazy. They pay about 3 cents per stream. Spotify only pays 1/3 of a cent, and Apple Music pays 2/3 of a cent. YouTube pays less than 1/5 of a cent. But I don't even think people know that YouTube's got a music service. How about this though? Even though Peloton does pay out the best, currently they are not the most profitable streaming service for these artists.
Well, yeah, I can't imagine that they're doing a ton of it.
Yeah.
Even if they're paying you well, they might not be paying a lot of bands.
Looks like YouTube does really well globally. Maybe people here in the States don't care much about YouTube when it comes to music. I mean, maybe people are watching videos as well. I don't know.
I got to imagine the videos is a nice kickback for some of these bands. You would hope.
Yeah, YouTube and Spotify are the ones that bring in lots of global streaming revenue.
How frustrating is it, though, for these bands like nowadays? I mean, what a bad time to be a successful band. Like if you were a band in like the 90s or earlier 80s, if you had like million people wanting to listen to your music, you're set. You're probably set for life. You know what I mean? Like you're selling all those records at like $12 a pop or $11 a pop, whatever it was back then. Nowadays, everyone's got streaming, so not a lot of people there's still some people buying stuff, but not enough to make someone rich. So like, oh man, my album just got 43 million streams. Well, what do you have to show for that? Oh, $300 or something. I don't know how much exactly that would equate to, but it's not a lot. And it's just like, that sucks for a band. Like, you're like, man, we were on that wrong era.
Yeah, that's the thing that people don't understand. You're right, Steve. It's like it's no longer the super rich band that, when you take a look at the numbers, they're just not that. They're not what they used to be.
That's why so many bands are so reliant on touring. And then they do like the VIP packages to have like, hey, come hang out with us for an extra $50. Like, these were things that never were done before because the touring wasn't what made bands money. The touring was so they could sell more records, and the records would make them all the money. It's kind of like we flipped it. Now the records are just a way for people to fall in love with your band, so you pay money to go see them live.
And going back to the Peloton playlist thing, if you have Spotify or Apple Music, you can, when you like or heart a song, you can put them on a playlist on either one of those.
Wow, double dipping.
Oh, yeah.
What we got to do to get you on that Peloton, BJ? Sarah, have you been trying?
Come on, Sarah.
Oh, yeah, I've been trying, of course. He has a whole account set up, but he's never used it once.
My favorite was his excuse for not using it was, oh, I have bad knees, I can't use it. And then you go to the doctor, and the doctor's like, no, you should be using it. It's not bad for your knees at all. And you have not done it yet.
I have not done it yet.
Do you have the shoes?
That's the problem, is that you need I need to get special shorts and special shoes.
Wait, special shorts?
He doesn't need the special shorts, but he wants them for
the ones
comfort.
with the little butt pads on them?
Yes, he
Nice.
wants those. I don't use the butt pad ones. I just take it how it is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know what I'm getting BJ for his birthday.
Oh, nice.
Oh, please do.
Yeah, I'm not.
shorts.
Go ahead. You go ahead and get the butt shorts. I'm not.
Yeah, what
I'm
if we just
not doing
got
it.
But what if we just got you like one of those donuts for hemorrhoids?
Yeah.
That'd probably work, right?
I found some on Amazon for $14.
Wait, so is the chair not comfortable enough without the butt pad?
Oh, they're very uncomfortable. The bicycles.
I'm
No,
not a
it's not like
bicyclist, so.
Yeah, it's not like it used to be where they had a whole seat that would fit your butt. I mean, the seats on bicycles now are basically just crotch seats.
Can you replace the seat with like a banana hammock seat back when we were kids? Like one of those sweet seats?
Oh, nice.
That'd
Probably
be awesome.
could. Or put like something over it, a little cushion over it for you.
I'm sure Peloton doesn't sell that, but then maybe like some like third party vendor or something like that will make a Peloton butt banana seat.
Yeah.
I think he's showing me the shorts, and they just make me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, J-Rubs has a few pairs. The seat doesn't bother me at all, but maybe, I don't know what you guys got going down there.
Maybe you got some more cushion down there.
I do got a little more cushion, that's for sure. But you don't want to get the padded, the butt shorts.
Can't you just borrow J-Rubs' shorts, BJ?
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, because that's what I want to do. Just
I could
wear
almost
some
say
of the
that with
shorts.
a straight face.
Yeah, you could.
Does J-Rubs wear those
ask
shorts
him.
around the house just for the hell of it?
Yeah, he does. And I sometimes like smack his ass, and then I forget that he's wearing the padded, and it's not nearly as fun. I'm
Sorry.
like, ow. Okay.
Dude, those would be good for like if you go to like a Huskies game, where like they have those old school bench seatings.
Yes.
They're not very comfortable. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Do you want a pair? I can get you a pair too. I can get you both a pair.
Yeah, wear it all the time.
Matching butt pad shorts.
We can
I have to say, I
butt
have to
pad
say-
shorts in the rock shop.
And I got to give Peloton a lot of credit because my wife is now she's using the app because again, once somebody has a bike, you don't even if you don't have a bike, they have plenty of things you can do on the app. Plenty of workouts. I mean, it's not just about riding a bike. Peloton is amazing and so my wife is using all of these stuff that you can get on the app without even having the bike. She's doing all the yoga and all sorts of cardio. I mean, they do provide you plenty of stuff. So, I'm happy to hear Peloton's also paying some good money, at least compared to the other music services. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing, man. I just.
So we got to get you butt pads and then special shoes.
You could say you have to have special shoes to lock yourself into the Peloton because
What about
I
duct
guess
tape?
how it works.
Can we just duct tape
Duct
your
tape
feet
could be
to
a
the
thing,
pedals?
yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah.
He would get so injured trying to get off it. I am a little afraid, even if he gets the right shoes, I'm afraid of him even clipping in or then unclipping.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah.
Because I feel like he'll fall somehow or he'll
will.
hurt something.
She knows me. She knows me well.
But you just said they do a lot of other stuff on the app, so you could be doing anything else.
Yeah, I mean, look, I got stuff that I do. I got my own videos. What do you want? I'm doing something.
Hey, someone's impressed with your butt, Sarah, because they say that seat's no joke. That seat will kill your taint.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you. It does not kill mine. So,
Well, but how often are you on the seat? Because you do a lot of stand-up riding.
but you're down on the seat for a lot of it as
Okay,
well.
all right, fair enough.
Hey, I got some cushion.
Yeah, I don't want to know that.
Sorry.
Okay, lovely. Well, there you go. Congratulations to Peloton. Congratulations to me. And thank you for the birthday gift, Rev. That'll be awesome. Yeah.
No worries.
Hey, what is something that from the 90s that you wish would come back? One pop music icon from that era just shared what he would like to see return. I'll tell you what that is at 8:17. Make that 8:19 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Want to create a lifetime of memories this spring? Do you remember the joy of jumping as a child? If only there was a way your own kids could experience that same joy safely. Spring Free Trampoline has been engineered to eliminate 90% of product-related injuries. The Spring Free design boasts no springs and a flexible enclosure and proudly offers a 10-year warranty. That's peace of mind. Lock in your ultimate backyard safe space before summer arrives. Visit springfreetrampoline.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. In a recent interview, Vanilla Ice was asked what he'd bring back from the 90s if he could.
Oh, his music career.
Ninja rap?
I don't know. He's the DIY guy now, right? Isn't that doing well for him?
You know what? I'm sure he's hustling. I give him credit. Like, he's always doing something, whether it be reimagining Vanilla Ice into like a new metal band for a little bit, which was pretty entertaining, to, like you said, doing DIY, that network show.
Yeah.
But I'd imagine he would love to go back to the time when he was on top of the world.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to want to be back to when you were super popular, sure. He didn't choose that, though, Steve. He actually, he chose something that was your dream, Steve.
It was my dream.
Yeah.
Janet Jameson.
Whoa. All right, your non-X-rated
Aquaman,
dream.
Becoming Aquaman.
Okay,
Working at Blockbuster.
Working at Blockbuster.
That's the one. Good job, Vicky.
Wow. Good answer.
Good answer.
Yeah.
I know you too well.
And that's the thing. Vicky knows, like, the practical you as opposed to the outlandish you.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Blockbuster Video. He would love to bring those back. He said, I used to love to get out of my house and make an adventure of going and reading all the VHS tapes, the back of it, see which one I wanted to come home and watch that night.
Dude, I'm with him. I watched that Blockbuster documentary. After a while, I gave up on it. It was a little too slow for me. But the idea, though, of going somewhere to pick out a movie, there's something pretty cool about that. And I missed that, but then the lazy side of me is like, why do you miss that? Like, now you have the entire library of movies at your disposal with all these streaming services and YouTube. You know what I mean?
It's really funny what you're used to, because it was amazing to have that stuff that I could bring and watch in my house. Like, I could watch a movie at my house, the one that was on the theater.
Right.
And all I had to do was just go to the store and get this disc.
And you remember the chaos, though, when a movie first came out? I think like a movie like Independence Day first comes out on VHS, and it's like everybody's hovering like vultures, waiting for somebody to return that movie, including me. Like, you just kind of wait. You try and small talk the clerk, like, whoever worked at Blockbuster. And I'm like, hey, Billy, how's your day going? And he's like, I know you're waiting for Independence Day. We don't know. But, because you don't know when someone's going to return it. But they're like, we have 4 definitely being brought back today. We're pretty sure. Like, and it's just like, maybe in this next hour, if I just hover, it'll show
just
up.
stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I remember that, thinking like, gosh, and there were lines and you have rows of just empty boxes, and you were like, wow, all these people are watching this damn movie.
There are people here who have no idea what we're talking about. Like, when you say that, which is crazy, but you're right. Like, the way they had it set up was almost like bookshelves, but with VHS tapes, and they'd have the VHS copy, like the sweet cover art, and then behind it would be the actual tape with like Blockbusters, like, case.
And I remember that when the VHS started, like, basically not being the thing anymore, and you'd see that section getting smaller, and this new thing called a DVD was coming into play.
I remember I started going to Blockbuster when they were doing that transition, so you could either get the movie for as a DVD or a VHS. And to get a movie, when we first got a DVD player, it was the greatest thing in the world. Like, we got Scooby-Doo, the live action movie, and I played that like 10 times a day. Mind you, I was like 13 or 14 years old. I wasn't a little kid. It was just that, like, wow, oh my God, I don't have to rewind it.
And then there was a moment when you were even able to like rent out video games too, and that was just
absolutely. That was the staple for me and my buddies.
Yeah,
you would rent it, and then you just play the crap out of it for the 3 days you had it.
Get your money's worth.
Absolutely.
Man, but I think still, I love Blockbuster. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, I'm forever Blockbuster for life. But man, the mom and pop video stores were the best, because if you got in cahoots with whoever ran that place or whoever was like at the desk, they would call you and say, hey, and like it was right down the block. There was just a VHS rental place, and they knew I loved wrestling. So they'd be like, hey, we just got the SummerSlam 91 on VHS. I'm like, I'm right there.
Nice.
Mom, can I please have $4? And then run over there with my money. Like, it was like really just like a quick run. But man, that was always the best, was when they knew you well enough that they would either call you or hold you something. Aww. Like, hey, I thought of you when this came in, and I knew you were coming in today. which is kind of sad when you realize that there was a routine that they recognized in video purchasing.
That would be you, but I can't. Listen, man, that's the beauty of that mom and pop kind of place. So they asked Ice, okay, all right, what wouldn't you want to bring back from the 90s?
His music career.
It's a double-edged sword for him. He wants to and doesn't want to. Asked what he wouldn't bring back. He really didn't have an answer. Vanilla Ice just said, well, I don't know, maybe the whole shaving the eyebrow thing he used to do. But then he said it's something he still might do today.
I tried to do that once. It did not work out well.
Well, I mean, try it now. Everyone's doing it. Like, all the kids on TikTok are doing the eyebrow shave.
Yeah, there's a couple like a wrestler, Rhea Ripley, and she's got that look, and it looks cool.
Are you supposed to shave off your whole eyebrow?
No, it's like a slit.
Like a cut. Yeah.
Oh, that's what that is?
Couple lines.
I thought everybody just had like an issue with their eyebrow. I didn't realize it was an actual style.
No, dude, that's a thing.
Oh,
but it was a thing in the 90s, and it's kind of coming back. Also, remember in the 90s when you'd like shave the sides of your head and you would put lines.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like a brick pattern or a lightning bolt or whatever. And then a couple of us, like, we thought it was cool. You'd shave your head, but not fully to the skin, and then you would shave like a part in your hair.
Oh,
yeah,
And
I remember that.
Like almost like a little circle, like a half circle. And that would be like a part in your hair with it's stupid.
No, I've seen though what they'll do the like a little slit in the eyebrow, and then they'll make the line to make it look like it's all one continuous cut or scar all the way up down your head.
Very aerodynamic looking.
Aerodynamic.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a weird look.
I want to go for that.
Yeah,
It looks like you got into a battle with like the big boss.
Yeah,
would you rather that or frosted tips?
Yeah.
Oh, let's bring back those frosted tips.
Frosted tips were those were my jam.
Or the Caesar haircut with like the guys with the bangs that were like, I don't know, like 2 inches or like a half of an inch long.
Like Dumb and Dumber?
No, those are the bowl cuts.
Like the curtain bangs?
Curtain bangs. No, like guys would do it. Literally, it's called the Caesar cut because George Clooney and stuff like that had it.
That was like our go-to for haircuts in college. Like we would just basically that's all I knew how to cut people's hair. And all my buddies in my fraternity were like, "Can you shave my head?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can only do one thing." And it's like kind of like a fade up until you having some hair up on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if I want that one back.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like what I'd love to have back from that 90s.
I know what I want back, but I don't know if many people know about it. Not Orgy. Orgy never left, Steve.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they're still touring.
For most of America, they did. Though.
I know they did. I know. No, it would be OK Soda. And it was only in like test markets, and it was something that like Coke put out. But our high school had a machine that had OK Soda, and it was essentially like a citrusy kind of graveyard. So it felt like it was a bunch of different flavors put together, but it was mostly citrusy. And they had the coolest 1-800 number line because it'd be like, "Welcome to OK Soda. You're going to be okay." And it was just stuff like that. It was so cool. We would call it during like our high school breaks and stuff.
Why not?
Yeah. Speaking of that, I guess Coke Zero is getting redone. There's going to be new Coke. There's a new Coke Zero.
Really?
Yeah, they're going to redo Coke because they're saying Coke Zero, I should say, because they want it to taste even more like regular Coke. So somehow I guess I didn't know Coke Zero didn't taste like regular Coke, but I don't drink regular Coke, so I don't know. They're going to change the cans. They're also going to get rid of some of the brands that aren't even doing well, and they're just focus on their Coke product. And so be ready for a new flavor of Coke Zero.
They better not ruin my Coke Zero.
No,
they might.
They should bring back Zima.
Zima? Zima.
Wow.
I mean, everyone loves White Claw.
Now, is it?
I mean, it's kind of like, Mike's Hard. People like the like something that's kind of like drinking a beer, but not a beer. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Zima would go well.
It just goes to show you, Steve. Zima, you were always ridiculed and made fun of for drinking Zima, but now, here it is, 20, 30 years later almost, now everybody's basically drinking Zima in the form of White Cloud and, of course, all those Bud seltzers and everything. White Claw. White Cloud is what you need, I think, when you're done with your Zima. you gotta have a tender wipe.
What was it? Oh, man, what the hell were they weren't Apple, they were Apple Computer, the iMac. With the colorful...
Oh, those big giant things.
Yeah. I could never afford one back then because I was just like broke in college or broke in New York or in Seattle. I never had one of my buddies had one. I thought they were the coolest thing. Like
the big bulby ones?
Yeah. They had like that teal blue side, or you could pick your color, but...
And then didn't they come out with the laptop version too?
I think so.
Oh, I wanted one. Yeah, I think I saw it on Legally Blonde.
I remember that was how they tried to make typing class cool for like middle school for us because they got all the colors and you'd be like, you have to like sign up days in advance for the color.
To use the colorful iMac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the mouse was kind of a matching kind of colorful thing. And the keyboard had like the little border that matched the color. It was so stupid. Like, it was all about the marketing of it.
Yeah.
But I would totally get one now if they were, obviously up to date.
Yep.
Oh,
they
dude.
need to do the tablets that way now. Oh. And phones. Can we
Apple's been using color for a long time to market their products. They've always had ever since then, they've always said, hey, we got this in this color.
So instead, I'd like to not bring back the Chicago Bulls, and the Seattle Supersonics would have won the NBA championship.
That's right. Good. That's the one thing we don't need from the 90s. Good call.
From the 90s, we could bring back the Sonics.
That would be cool, but it was what a crappy decade to be good in. Like,
I know.
Here you are you're a great basketball team, but good luck going head to head with the Chicago Bulls.
Exactly. Yeah. Wait, what a horrible time to be the best in your conference, knowing that you got to go up against them.
Ooh, someone said, look it up, Steve. They actually brought back the colored IMAX. Just search for 2021 IMAX.
Oh, really? Okay, then.
But they better be as cool, like with the cool background.
You're not going to buy it anyway, though.
No, absolutely not. And I'm looking at it. It just looks like just like your current version of an Apple computer, just like a desktop. Just has colors to it. I want the pointless and useless now back to it.
Just
you want the portable TV, the portable tube TV version.
Yeah, I wanted to obviously it's not as functional and they don't need all that room, but still have it anyway. Maybe like you gotta have it could be like a little refrigerator and you keep like your drinks and stuff in there.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. Just make a mini fridge out of the old iMacs. Okay.
Your Mountain Dew for all your online gaming.
Absolutely. Yes. You want to play on the computer and not sleep? Get the new iMac with a built-in refrigerator for your Mountain Dew.
I'm in.
Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
From 1948 to 1950, the Fender Telecaster was known by what alternate name?
Oh, man. All my guitar friends will be mad. The Strat?
No.
The Telly?
No.
The TC?
No.
We were looking for broadcaster, Steve, which I had no idea. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 8:51 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I'm getting my wages garnished. Can bankruptcy help with that?
Absolutely. One of the big reasons people file bankruptcy is because they have a judgment or a lawsuit against them, or their wages are getting garnished, and so they can't pay their other regular ongoing bills. People sometimes think that you can't file bankruptcy once they have a judgment against them or once a garnishment has started, and that's not true. Filing bankruptcy will immediately stop any garnishment that you have going, except for child support, and stop your creditors from continuing on with garnishments of your bank account, your wages, and in most cases will discharge that liability through the bankruptcy process. And we can file a bankruptcy case for you usually the day you come in.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.